Hello everyone, I'm your host Thomas28 and welcome back to Society Sunlit Valley. Let's get right into it. So, as we left off last episode, and I've been enjoying how the third person looks. As we left off last episode, we have summoned, I think, all of the main townspeople. We have our house. I moved our stuff from out here into the first foyer of the building. And I went through the quest book and collected all the not banker houses, all of the housing blueprints. So now we can actually build the rest of their houses so they're not all just standing, outside. Now I do have to collect these things here, which will make the people move, but we'll summon them back in just a second. And I did update the pack to the latest version, and for some reason it disabled the overlay that actually shows what these are, and I forget what the keybind is to re-enable that. So if you know what it is, please let me know in the comments, because I could not, for the life of me, figure it out. So let's see, so this is the market house, so we need the market person. There we go, so I'm going to mark it. Now let's take a look at this house here. What does it look like? How do I place this? I forgot how to do this. Right click, that's how you build it, but how do I place it down? Because your house is here. I'm going to leave the, oh, there it is. Looks like that. Let's see, so I was thinking I want this house, the market, to be on this hillside over here. So where's the entrance? It's probably on this side, a bit buried into the thing. It is, okay. I wish it was like, actually, is it like Schematica? If I right click, rotate, mirror on the Y, skip, no. I was hoping it was like Schematica, where I could just like hit a button and then move it in a certain direction, but it doesn't seem like I can do that. So if I right click over here though, will it remove it? Yes. I like it up here. So let's see if we can go ahead and build this. And we're missing a couple, we need to do a little bit of terraforming. Let's grab our shovel and get rid of this stuff. And there we go. So now we should be able to place this and build to place down the market. And then we just have to add the dirt pretty much later on. I filled in the rest of the dirt under my house, but some of these are going to be floating a little bit, which will make it a little bit awkward. And these guys are going to be floating because of the dirt is not there either. So we are going to have to clean this up just a little bit. So I'll do that and we'll be back lickety-split. And there we go, all finished. Now I do have to continue cleaning it up just a little bit, like obviously this little walkway actually needs to be expanded out just a little bit more to actually match it. There we go, that works a little bit better. So we can add, some walkways, do some other stuff. Now let's go ahead and replace this person. And I wonder, oh, it's upstairs. Let's take a look. Take a look at the inside. Ooh, fancy. I like it. Has a little nice couch, double wide bed. This is actually the type of bed setup I love in real life, having a little like cubby next to your bed, even though I never use it because I don't spend a lot of time in my bedroom. Now let's go ahead and add this guy down here, or we can actually just put it right behind this. Welcome back, Leon. Our market. Now let's see, who's going to be next? Let's do the blacksmith next. Blacksmith house. Yeah, I like the look of that one. Let's go ahead and hit build so I know what to remove, and let's get rid of it. Now, as I do the terraforming, I did want to talk a little bit about the state of the channel. I gotta say, I'm really happy with where it's at. I was pretty worried that I was burning myself out by trying to keep up with content as fast as I was putting it out. But turns out, I'm actually a workaholic, and I really enjoy it a lot. And I guess it's mostly because I enjoy playing the game, and because there's so much content, readily available at all times, I haven't gotten bored of it. I would say I was feeling a little burnt out mostly because of tech packs. They're so grindy, especially towards the end. I feel bad that I can't put out content as fast as I want to, but I just can't play the game faster than is like humanly possible. Even though it gets you to the point where you kind of understand what the grind is, and I think that's pretty important for when I put out the review episodes. I want people to know just how grindy a pack is actually going to be before they commit themselves to it. Like I saw a lot of people talking about cryogenic simulation. They've been enjoying it, it's just the end is too grindy, and I spoke to Iteration Funk via messages. And as he said, he left the ending like that for people that enjoy the type of ending. And you could pretty much, like what I do in other tac packs I'm not a big fan of, probably just ignore that final crafting grind and just end it there. For me, personally, once you got to the point where you unlock the world worms, that was a pretty good stopping point. Anyways, some people have noticed that I enabled channel memberships on the channel. There's not much that I can really give out. You might have noticed a couple videos that were marked as members only for like the first 24 hours, and I was experimenting doing that. I'm not sure if I like it though, mostly because when I see a members only video on YouTube, I'm not a fan. It doesn't make me want to like become a member. I just kind of think it's a little annoying, mostly because YouTube says it doesn't notify non-members, but YouTube will still push those to your recommended, even though you can't watch it without paying, which I find a little annoying, and I don't want to like paywall content, but I did enable it for people that want to further support the channel. Luckily, it is different from like Twitch, where the lowest tier is like $5. You are able to customize it, so I did set the lowest tier to I think $2, which I think is a pretty fair amount to support someone, you know, on YouTube to watch their videos. Because honestly, anything more than that, I feel like is kind of just not worth it. Like, why are you paying $5 a month to a YouTube channel when the content is free? You know, this isn't like Netflix or something. Now we can go ahead and place this guy. Why did you freak out? There we go. Now we have our blacksmith and a ton of dirt. But I do like the look of it. Now let's go ahead and place this guy. We'll put your home just right here. And it's floating. Nice. Okay, let me fix that. Do not want you floating. That's what's a little bit annoying about third person. So let's see, fix this. Throw away all of the lavender. Packed mud, stone, and banker, shepherd, fisher, blacksmith. There we go. Welcome back, Aiden. Now let's see. And see, this is why I like playing in third person, at least for this pack. It lets you view it a lot easier. Is that a villager? A trader. Nice. And we can't sell the lavender, so I'm just going to dump it. So the next one we'll put down will be the fisher house, which we'll put on the coast over here. Yeah, I like it. I like that placement a lot better. So go ahead and terraform this. We're going to have to tear out all of this. 345 blocks. Luckily though, since tools are unbreakable, terraforming doesn't feel too bad. So while I do some terraforming, I thought I'd explain, you know, why I get a little burnt out. Mostly because I'm not just doing YouTube, I'm also been developing a shmup for the past couple months, which is funny. If you're quite astute, you might remember a couple months ago back in March, I think it was March, when I mentioned how I had a secret project that I wanted to finish by March, and obviously we're now in June, and the project's not done. But I have made pretty significant progress on it, which is pretty good. It's at like it's in a fully playable state at this point. I am messing around with some of I'm essentially building the demo, because I want the demo to be in a pretty good spot. That way I can have something put out before I like do all the marketing for it. It's just, I'm quite the perfectionist with my indie game. And it's like, I'm never going to be satisfied, so I kind of just want to get to the point where I'm happy with where it's at and it feels good for the demo. It's mostly, all the systems are in place. I just need to commission some artwork for the splash screen, some menu buttons, a couple of stuff, because right now it's all like placeholder art. And then work on some boss mechanics that would be fun and challenging, because I like shmups, and I like them because they're difficult, so I don't want it to be too easy, but I still want it to be like accessible to people that haven't really played the genre too much. But I am pretty happy with how development is working out. I really thought it was going to take me, you know, a lot, what's the word? I thought it'd be done a lot faster than I actually was, but I'm glad it's taken me this long, because I've been learning a lot about the game development process, and especially more about shmups, and what goes into making them. Honestly, one of my biggest problems, is that the word? One of the biggest problems I had was like trying to figure out how to build like systems that actually function, especially saving and loading. If you've never dabbled in game development before, you really don't understand how annoying it is to actually make a game that can save and load, because you're in charge of telling the game what to save and what to load, and making that work is a pain. Luckily, a shmup doesn't need to remember too much stuff, which is nice, unlike other games. Like, honestly, I wonder how Minecraft does the saving and loading, because obviously it has to save the game state of the entire world, which is every single block that is placed, but that's honestly probably just like a really big list somewhere, or some kind of data structure that holds everything. Whereas a shmup is pretty easy. All I gotta do is remember your high score, your settings. Yeah, that's about it. I'm not gonna be doing much else in terms of scoring. Oh, the big thing. I completely forgot. This is the main thing I've been struggling with. I need to build a system to handle the online leaderboard, because I want to replicate the feel of an arcade. And the point of going to an arcade is you go in there and you see everyone else's scores. And I want to replicate that feel, but of course if people cheat their scores, that's gonna kind of ruin it. So I have to figure out anti-cheat. And I want to have a good idea someone gave me when I was doing my research was, in addition to having the leaderboard, which just shows, you know, like the top 100 scores, I want to have like a graph that tells you where your score is in relation to other people. Because if you've ever played any game that has an online scoreboard, it kind of just exists in a vacuum, right? Like you play it and then you see your score and it's like, your score is, you are placed number 4,863 out of how many so-and-so players. Like there's no comparability. And if you view your score to, you know, the number one score and you see there's like a difference of like 10x, you're like, okay, obviously the number one guy is doing something way better than me. I want to be able to have people equate where their score actually lies instead of having the linear leaderboard. By having a graph that shows like, hey, your score of like 1,000,000 is actually in the top 70th percentile of all people that have played it, I think that puts it into perspective of just how well their score actually is, which I think would be super useful. And that's really one of the main reasons I decided to pick, you know, a cozier mod pack, like Society Sunlit Valley, because something I don't get to do too often in our tech playthroughs is really, you know, just talk, me and you. You and me, the viewer and I. Mostly because I'm just busy explaining the game, explaining the mechanics. Now we need 101 more, so we're almost done with the foundation here. So we should strip down this layer and be done with this one, which I think is a pretty good change of pace. So let me know in the comments if you kind of like this style of video. I really would appreciate it. Mostly because I enjoy tech packs, but man, all I've been doing for the past like couple months is only tech packs. And while they are fun, grinding over and over and over again does leave your brain just a little bit fried. Alright, so that should be everything cleared for this house. Let's go ahead and build it. And there we go. Nice. Yeah, you can see there's water here, so this whole section is supposed to be in the water. But it doesn't quite fit, because if I just put it in the water, it's going to be floating. So, later on, I'll just add the water. Maybe put like a little waterfall, little brook, something. And then this is the fisher villager. And is this supposed to be the front? Yeah, it kinda is. Doesn't really work. Like, where would the shop be? That's a faucet. Guess we'll just leave it right here. Welcome back, Haruna. And then we're gonna have to definitely fix this, because this is currently a pretty ugly spot for real estate. Yeah, I like that placement. Blacksmith, market, fisher, I forget what you are, and bank. I like that. And there we go. Finally finished terraforming. So let's go ahead and place the banker house. Quite fancy. I like the purple. One of my favorite colors, purple and green. Go ahead and place you right in here. Hi, Carolyn. And now we just have to place someone for the shepherd. And what does the shepherd house look like? Go ahead and put this over here. Little funky. Let's move it. Okay, so the shepherd house is not too big. It does have a nice lawn. We have diagonal fences. That's crazy. But don't worry, we'll be rich pretty soon. So I just need to remove this and then use all the dirt we dug up to terraform this little valley here, and we'll be all set. Alright, that should be everything. Now we can go ahead and build the shepherd house. Actually, where's the front? That's the back. Let me try rotating it. Is that still the back? Okay, that's not what I wanted. Nice. So if I put here. Okay, perfect. I'm not clicking the grass. There we go. Let me try rotating it the other way. Yeah, where's the front? Oh, I guess this is the front. So let me rotate it one more time. There we go. And build. Nice. Now let's go ahead. Yep, here's the gate to go inside. And we'll put you right there, Maria. Huh. You have a very quaint house. It's very tiny. Your bed is right here. There's no privacy. Oh well. Then we just have to patch up, you know, the back here because it's all floating. But other than that, her house is good to go. And that's all the villagers, I think. Yeah, that's all the villagers. Go ahead and fix this. Just need to add all the dirt to fix her lawn. And she'll be all set. Which means we can actually start our farming journey. Now we did get quite a lot of the stuff. We will need a watering can upgraded. How do we upgrade it? Oh, the same way, with iron and the smithing template. Oh, and you could just make them, but I thought we got one from the quest. It's in our chest somewhere. But let me finish terraforming this little area, and then we can get started on our first farm. Alright, so farming. We're going to need our watering can. We're going to need the hoe. We're going to need a plethora of seeds, fertilizer, and our iron sprinklers. Now, how do you make these? Iron sprinklers made with log, block of iron, block of copper, and then you can upgrade it with fire quartz, earth crystal, and a block of gold. Take it all the way out to diamond, mana. Sends mana to nearby mana fruit. Interesting. I like that. I like that idea. And then diamond to iridium, and that should be the last one. Perfect. I like it. Now, let's see. It is quite dreary on this day 6. Is that snow? Why is there snow over here? Now, as you can see here, I opened up a big patch of land in front of our house. This is where we're going to start doing some farming. And we do a 3x3 area. So we'll go ahead and plop you there and here to get started. And because it's raining, they automatically get wet, which is very nice. So let's go ahead. We have a couple of fertilizer to choose from. Low quality, bountiful, and hydrating. And I don't remember if they stack, but I guess we can find out. So we'll go ahead and throw the low quality here. And then if we add bountiful, or what about hydrating? You cannot. Okay, so they don't stack. Do they stack in Stardew Valley? I don't remember. Bountiful fertilizer, and then we'll do 8 hydrating over here. And let's see. What crops are we going to grow? So currently we're early spring, and the quest book did give us a calendar that you can't read from. It just tells you calendar, early spring, mid-wet, day 7 of 10, 17 of 20. Oh, so I'm guessing 7 of 10 means early spring, but then what's the 17 of 20? Anyways, I was going to say I thought the quest book said something about how long these seasons were. I think it did, I just don't remember where it was. Anyways, we're going to start by planting some turnips, as they should be good for the springtime, and we have 16 of them. Now that's going to handle that, and actually since it's raining, we can just keep expanding the farm, and since it's Minecraft, we also don't suffer any penalties to our energy, so we can actually do a lot of farming. If you've ever played Stardew Valley, then you know it's a little annoying in the early game, because farming takes up so much energy that you can't actually do a whole lot of farming. Ring, ring, ring. Hello? Who's that? They hit the second tower. Huh? Hey, Leon. I want to get spring seeds. We already have a bunch of turnip. I wonder what the ratios are. It did say there was the almanac. Here we go. So we should probably buy this and take a look. The Farmer's Almanac. Your guide to crops and farm animals. This is a work in progress and most crops are not listed. Crops, farm animals, pets, slimes, tree crops, trees. Let's start with crops. Iconography. To make it easier to see what crops have what seasons, we use the following icons: that spring, summer, autumn, winter, year-round. Grow time. Crops grow at 6 a.m. Grow stages, they grow randomly. And then here's all of the crops. And they use the little icon. So if we look at something like, what did we plant? We planted some beets? Or was it turnips? I don't remember. We planted one of them. Oh, can I just type turnip? I can. There we go. So turnip is spring. They sell for 36. The seeds cost 6. They yield 1, and they grow in 5 days. So the seed costs $6 reduce, but then sells for 36. So you get a $30 profit from every turnip. Anyways, so let's buy a couple of tomato. Let's do 8. We'll do 8 strawberry. Onion is also spring. Nice. Let's do 8 onion. Cauliflower, also spring. Lettuce is spring. Let's just buy a bunch of all the spring stuff. And that's good to know. Ooh, flax. I do need that. We'll do a couple of flax. Only 4, because we can use that to make string. Dark cherry sapling, bamboo. We can also buy a backpack, which is nice. Quest completed, early game storage, and then we'll do away with anything else for now. I don't think we're going to need anything else. Little tractor, shift right click, space wall. That's adorable. I want that. I need that. Is that a one-to-one copy of the... I think it is. It might be a one-to-one copy of the Stardew Valley mod. Which, I never played it. Why did that... Can I not wear it over here? You can. There we go. And that's waypoint. How do I do B for backpack? There we go. All fixed. B for backpack. I just had to go unbind the minimap one, which is a little annoying. And unlike Stardew Valley, since we already can generate a lot of money early, I don't really have to worry about running out of money for our seeds, which is nice. So we'll go ahead and just plant everything down. I wonder, do they have the other mechanic from Stardew where... What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Where if you plant some crops in a 3x3, you get the big version. And let's see, so what is this? Hidden in the stone. While caving, you might come across earth crystals. They're important for crafting. Bundles, one of the first goals for the pack, so we can get over there. So I guess we need to go mining. We can also do a little bit of fishing. Fishing is always fun. And the fish will catch is dependent on the season. Some can only be caught during the day and night. All in on farming. Oh, it gives you lettuce seeds. Let me plant these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And then raising animals. All farm animals require animal feed. We can also buy them. Well, actually, can you buy them from the shepherd? Let's find out. Hey there, Maria. Do you sell animals? Feeding trough. Feeds nearby animals using animal feed in a 13 by 13 by 13 area. Okay, that'll be good to have. Diamond lasso will hold any animal. Milk pail, miracle potion, saddle, slime vacuum. I thought they... Oh, here they are, the crates. Chicken spawn crate. Oh, these are just the spawn eggs, but retextured. I like that. So I think before we get into animal farming, we're just going to do our crop farming first, and I don't think there was something to buy for crops. Homes, farmhouses. Yeah, we already got a farmhouse for free, right? Yeah, the Bavarian one. So I guess for now, we just need to do a little bit of mining while we wait for the crops to grow. And that way we can also upgrade our tools. We are going to need a little bit of money to get the rest of the templates, because how many tools do we have? So we have 5 tools. That will take 5 templates, and I think each template was like $2 grand each, which isn't too expensive. Luckily, we do have some stuff we can sell, like this butterfly amber. Not sure what this does. Can turn it into sparkstone. So we have 2 smithing templates. We need 3 more, and we can't really... Oh, we can sell emeralds because that's a gem, but you can't sell gold. Or actually, we can check out our friend over here and see how much they sell iron for. Let's take a look. Hey, Aiden. Why are you so big? So, not too expensive. Pretty cheap. The smithing templates are 500. But I can't sell him stuff, which kind of sucks. We'll buy them. Wait, core? Do we have hammers in here? Oh, we do have hammers. They're just expensive. Now let's see here. So iron is just regular iron. We can still make furnaces, right? Okay, we can. Nice, nice. And we can sell raw iron for 8. We can sell raw copper for 4. Now if I cook this, you can't sell it. Interesting. And we got a couple of geodes from mining already, which is nice. So I can sell raw materials, just not processed ones. But with how, I was going to say, with how ubiquitous copper is a pretty good way to make money in the early game, at least in addition to farming. Now we just need to get enough money to upgrade our tools to iron, in addition to having the iron. And then we should be all set. At least for now. Then we got to go to gold, which will take getting some gold. I need armor too, and I can still craft armor, iron, armor. Oh, you can't actually search armor. You craft it the normal way, right? Oh, here we go. All armor starts off with leather or wool base. So we have to start off with leather armor first before I can actually make it. Gotcha, okay. So we're gonna have to find some animals. But for now, I'm just gonna continue doing mining. I definitely have to patch that up. And I think we should have enough money to upgrade all of our tools, so let's get out of here. I should probably craft one of the hooks so we can make traversing easier. And then, oh, I need to buy them. Interesting. From the guild. Did I make a guild building? I don't think I did. So I guess we'll get that later. Now, let's take a look at our crops. So, the ones next to the sprinklers stay watered, like everything else. Oh, because I guess technically, no. I wonder why they're still wet then. Maybe if it rains, it holds over for one day, maybe? And I think they're growing just a little bit. But okay, that saves me time. Means I don't have to come back here and water it. Now, we still will need, we have a little bit of iron. Let's crack open our geodes and then see if we can upgrade our tools to iron. And hello there, Aiden. Why are you stuck in the ceiling? Bit weird. Now, how do you crack these? Oh, do I have to buy this item? Geode Buster. Does it only work one at a time? Right click with the geode in the offhand. It does. Interesting. Granite Slate. Geologist product. Mule spawn egg. Treasure totem. Summon a ring of lucky dig spots. Anyways, so we have to, oh, because in Stardew you have to pay per geode. So how many geodes do we have? 8. So I need 8 of these to crack. And we get a bunch of stuff. Alanites, thunder egg. Okay, it's all minerals. Wolf spawn crate, cute. Disguise. Slime info. But I think I just sell them for stuff by the looks of it. Now, I already had 2 of the templates, so we need 3 more. And we have iron, so we should be able to upgrade all of our tools. Then we will have to find some cows, unless there's a different way to get leather. Leather armor. Leather cap. Leather. Bonded leather. Frozen meat. Disgusting. So technically we don't have to slay a cow. There are other ways to get leather. Because I am unlucky and I don't see any cows nearby. But at least for now, let's upgrade our tools to iron. And then work on that later. So let me grab this thing over here. Grab you. Grab some cobblestone. And make cobblestone into furnace. Just make a wall of furnaces. Right over here is nice. Throw that in here, cook that, and then let's upgrade our tools. And that's all we need, right? It's tool, smithing template, iron ingot, and you're done. There we go, 5 iron ingots. So now we can upgrade all of our tools to iron. Iron shovel, iron hoe, iron pickaxe, iron axe, and stone sword. Now, in Stardew, the reason you upgraded the hoe was so you can have a more expanded range. Does this actually do anything? in regards to other tools? I don't think it does. So I think really the only thing that matters material-wise is like the shovel, the pickaxe, and the sword. I don't think anything else matters. So now to upgrade it to the next tier, we will need gold, which we'll have to find deeper in the depths, or we can buy it. We just need more money. But I guess for now, it's said to make leather armor. We can make it from a leather or wool base. And wool should be easier to get because we can shear sheep. But how do I turn this into armor? Oh, gotcha. Okay, so we make a sewing table, which we buy from the market for 2048, and then we can use that to craft the wool gear. And then once we have the wool gear, we can upgrade that to chainmail, and then chainmail to iron. Yep, chainmail to iron, and then iron to gold, diamond. Ooh, then you get the choice of electrum, iridium, or neptunium. Wonder what the difference is. This one says, is that step height? While iridium gives you, that's basically netherite, and this one I'm guessing just gives you like water breathing and swim speed. Good. I do like having choices, so let's head on over to the market and buy ourselves a sewing kit, assuming I have enough money. I'm not actually sure. 2048 is pretty steep for the early game, and until we get our first crops in, we're going to be pretty light on cash. How you doing, Leon? I need a sewing kit. Sewing kit. Sewing table. We do not have enough money. And then I also have to buy the sewing needle as well. So we're going to need some money. So we're not going to go mining just yet, but we do have a bunch of iron tools. And since diamond is unbreakable, or in this case all of our tools, I think what I can do for a bit of early game cash is sell wood. Because there's a massive forest right here, and we can sell logs for money, which should be pretty effective. Ooh, free stuff. Probably gonna spawn some slimes though, so I gotta be a bit vigilant. I guess it's okay. Alright, perfect. Don't have to be worried about slimes. Let's see. Money. What is this? Farming experience. And stuff I can sell. Useless stuff. And more money. And fishing experience. Nice. I always like when you can go exploring to get stuff. It's very appreciative. And we can sell pumpkins for a lot of money, actually. Because there's a lot of pumpkins all over the place. Grab that. We got skill points. Equip my lantern. So, if I go looking for pumpkins, which you can see they're... I was going to say sparse, but it's the opposite. What's the... Bountiful. That's not a good word. I mean, it's not a bad word. It's not the word I was looking for. And I'm seeing light over here. Why is there light? I want to check that out. So I do like that we can actually go exploring to get a pretty big influx of cash, at least until we start automating systems. Now where's this light coming from? What is this? Slimes? Interesting. I don't see anything here though. I wonder what this is. Perfect. This many pumpkins is probably worth a lot of money, which should let us buy the sewing kit, and then we can make some wool armor, upgrade it to chainmail armor, upgrade that to iron, and then go exploring in the caves. You can always go exploring without armor, but I'm not sure how if they've balanced the combat at all, so it might be a little dangerous. So the whole stack is 2320. Awesome. That's amazing. That's just enough that we needed. And it looks like this is some kind of mine shaft, which I don't think is vanilla. I don't believe vanilla mine shafts spawn like this. Interesting. I do hear the spiders. Huh. A vanilla mine shaft right on the surface. You usually don't see that anymore. Ooh. And what we've got? Beetroot, a bunch of rails. Don't really need those. Poplar sapling. Right there on Poplar Street. If you're a glass animal fan, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, hello there. Can I pet the dog? You can. Oh my goodness. Hi, friend. I don't have any meat. Do you like each... No, you can't feed a dog cheese. That's not healthy. So cute. Will you follow me? I wonder how that works. I got points for husbandry. Okay, anyways, we got enough stuff that we can sell for cash, so I need to make it back home before 6 a.m. so we can sell it. Then we can get ourselves a shears for the wool, and there's a lot of sheep over here actually. I just now noticed that. More pumpkins over there for more money. Then we can make the armor, and then we can go spelunking for ores. And cha-ching, 606. I can't speak apparently. 6,600 worth of goods sold. So now we should be able to buy our stuff. I still need to go over there to get the wool, but then we'll be all set. Grab our money. Ooh, 1 iridium coin. Nice. The first of many. And sell the rest of these pumpkins. I probably don't need them for anything. Can I turn them into seeds, though? It doesn't look like it. I wonder... You can probably only get them with... whatchamacallit? Pumpkin slices? What's the word I'm looking for? You can probably only buy the pumpkin seeds. That's what I'm thinking of. So we can go ahead and buy 1 sewing table, 1 iron sewing needle. I wonder if you can craft those. Now we just need to grab some wool. 1 from you. Ooh, and that makes them happy. You get a little bit of husbandry experience out of that. Now it is quite interesting. It's been raining pretty often. And how do I tell if these are done if I can't see the stuff? They might be done. But it also hasn't been like 5 days, which I think most of them take. So now if we grab all of this, and we can put this guy, put the sewing kit. Yeah, let's put our production stuff in here. So sewing kit in there. Now if we do shears and white wool, we can make roll, and we can make trim. Now if we take this, put that in here, how do I turn this into hat? Oh, we also need string. Where do we get string? From flax. So where there are spiders, there's definitely going to be string. Ooh, a game disc. What is that for? I guess you just find them. I won't say no to that. Ooh, I love these. These are probably my favorite item. Bread on head. How do I can't wear it? Slot head. Cosmetic. Bread on head. Does what it says on the tin. And loyalty. Nice. We'll take all of this. Grab the torches, put this stuff away. Don't need to hold that for now. And let's see if we can find some string. And this is coal. Ah, here we go. We can turn that into string. And I think to make the whole set, we only need 4 pieces, which is pretty nice. Oh. Well, we found the string. There's going to be a lot of spiders in here, though. My least favorite kind of spider as well. I don't hear one, though, so maybe there's no spawner? Huh. I don't see a spawner. And it actually... Oh, it's on the other side. It's in the daylight, though, so it's not going to spawn anything. Perfect. That's a very lucky spawn for us. Go ahead and cover this guy. Huh. I've never seen spawn generation for a mine shaft like this before. But now we got what we came for. We can go ahead, head back, and start working on our armor. And I should probably spend a little bit of time exploring, because there's so many free seeds, which I can plant for money. We could probably make a really big farm just to start out. And we've been pretty lucky with the amount of rainfall we've been getting, which is making us not have to spend too much time on the actual farm itself to water everything, which is very nice. Okay, so now iron sewing needle, trim, string, roll. Now we can make a hat, we can make our pants, and it looks like we need more of these to actually make more. So let me swap this around, make some more of this, and some more of that, take that out, swap it back, to make the shirt and the shoes. And now we get, like, what is that? 0.1 knockback resistance. So it's basically useless. But now we can upgrade it with a brass coin and a chain to make chainmail chestplate, which will give us 5. And chain is just an iron ingot and this. Oh, but you only get 1 chain. I thought you get more out of this. Oh, I was thinking of the recipe that uses steel. That doesn't exist here, though. So we will need a little bit more iron, which we can procure from the shop, and then we'll be all set to upgrade our armor. Hello, my good sir. I need some iron. Let's see, so that should be enough. We only need 4. So 10 should be a perfect amount. I wonder, if I use these, yeah, they will break over time, but they were essentially free, which is nice. So now we convert 2 of these to nuggets, take the nuggets, add iron ingot to make 4 chain, take the chain, and I actually didn't need 2 of these. Now we could take chain this money to make chainmail. Then to upgrade this to iron, we just need another smithing template, which is quite expensive, so I guess I'll wait on that. Because this gives 1, this gives 2. What about the chest plate? That's usually the biggest one. We go from 5 to 6. Okay, so it's really not that big of an upgrade from chainmail to iron, so we can put it off for now. And I will need to figure out some better storage later on. We go ahead and sell these salmon berries. So what are we doing about storage in this pack? What's available? Obviously create is available for storage, but what else is there? Do we have access to applied energistics? No. What about refined storage? And it looks like, yeah, we have refined storage. It's just me. I prefer AE2. You know, in the end, it doesn't really matter too much, but you know, it's preference. It's preference, right? I just think AE2 does things a lot better. What are you, my little friend? It's adorable. I can't tell what it is, though. Kind of looks like an ant, but it kind of looks like a leaf as well. Does it have a drop? Adventuring. Okay, so it's some kind of mob. Wasn't very hostile, though. I have no idea what's happening, but that one started glowing. What was that? Hidden in the stone. Quest completed. Huh. That was so weird. I just started mining this coal when it started glowing, and I could just keep mining it. I wonder what mechanic that was. Anyways, though, as the sun starts coming up in the morning, this episode has gone on quite long enough. I'm your host, Hamas28, and I'll see you all next time.